Imran Khan, the legendary cricketer turned politician, sent shockwaves through Pakistan when he married Bushra Bibi in 2018. This wasn't just any wedding, it was a union shrouded in controversy and intrigue. Bushra Bibi, also known as Bushra Maneka, was a spiritual guide, a Pirni as they say in Urdu. She was known for her piety and conservative values, a stark contrast to Khan's playboy past. Khan, a national hero, had been married twice before. His previous wives, Jemima Goldsmith and Imran Khan, were both high-profile figures. Their marriages and subsequent divorces had been the subject of much public scrutiny. This time Khan seemed to be seeking solace and guidance in a partner who was deeply connected to Sufism, a mystical branch of Islam. The marriage raised eyebrows from the get-go. Critics questioned the timing of the union, coming just months before the general elections. Some saw it as a calculated move to appease the conservative religious base in Pakistan. Others whispered about black magic and manipulation, alleging that Bushra Bibi had Khan under her spell. Despite the skepticism and rumors, Khan and Bibi seemed determined to make their marriage work. They presented a united front, often appearing together at public events. But beneath the surface, trouble was brewing. The seeds of controversy had already been sown, and it wouldn't be long before the storm hit. The whispers turned into a roar when a case was filed against Khan and Bibi in 2024. The charge? Unlawful marriage. The accusation was that Bibi had not observed the mandatory waiting period known as iddat after her previous divorce. This period, considered sacred in Islam, requires a woman to wait for a specific duration before remarrying. The case sent shockwaves through Pakistan. It was a direct attack on Khan's character and his commitment to Islamic values. The timing was particularly damaging, coming at a time when Khan was already facing mounting pressure from the opposition. The case dragged on for months, with both sides trading accusations and counter-accusations. The drama reached its peak when a court sentenced Khan and Bibi to 7 years in prison. The news sent Khan's supporters into a frenzy. Protests erupted across the country, with people denouncing the verdict as politically motivated. Khan, once hailed as the people's champion, was now a prisoner in his own country. But the story didn't end there. In a dramatic turn of events, Khan and Bibi were acquitted on appeal just a few months later. The court ruled that the prosecution had failed to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. The acquittal was a major victory for Khan, but the scars of the ordeal ran deep. The unlawful marriage case was just the tip of the iceberg. In August 2023, Khan found himself behind bars once again, this time on a slew of charges ranging from corruption to inciting violence. His supporters cried foul, claiming that the charges were politically motivated and aimed at silencing the charismatic leader. Khan's imprisonment marked a dark turn in Pakistan's political landscape. It was a stark reminder of the country's long history of political persecution and the fragility of its democratic institutions. The conditions of Khan's detention only added fuel to the fire. He was reportedly kept in solitary confinement, denied access to his family and legal team, and subjected to harsh treatment. The government, however, maintained that Khan was being treated fairly and that the charges against him were legitimate. They accused him of corruption, abuse of power, and inciting his supporters to violence following his ouster from the Prime Minister's office in a vote of no confidence. As Khan languished in prison, his supporters took to the streets in protest. They demanded his immediate release and accused the government of trying to silence the opposition. The protests, however, were met with a heavy-handed response from the authorities, leading to clashes and arrests. Section 4, A Wife's Plea, Bushra Bibi's transformation into a political force. While Khan remained imprisoned, a new figure emerged from the shadows to lead the fight for his release, his wife, Bushra Bibi. Once known for her reclusive nature and spiritual pursuits, Bibi stepped into the political limelight with a fierceness that surprised many. She became a regular visitor to the prison, acting as Khan's conduit to the outside world. She rallied his supporters, delivered fiery speeches at rallies, and met with political leaders to garner support for her husband's cause. She challenged the government's narrative, accusing them of persecuting her husband for political gain. Bibi's transformation from a spiritual guide to a political force was remarkable. It spoke volumes about her love for Khan and her determination to see him freed. Her newfound voice resonated with Khan's supporters, who saw in her a symbol of resistance and hope. She became a powerful symbol of defiance against what many saw as the unjust imprisonment of their beloved leader. Her presence at rallies and protests energized Khan's supporters, giving them a renewed sense of purpose. Section 5. The Iron Fist tightens, family detentions and deteriorating health. The crackdown on Khan's supporters intensified in the following months. His nephew and 2 sisters were also detained, further stoking the flames of discontent. The government's actions were seen by many as a desperate attempt to silence any form of dissent and consolidate their grip on power. Meanwhile, concerns about Khan's deteriorating health continued to grow. Reports emerged from prison of inadequate medical care, weight loss, and psychological stress. His supporters accused the government of deliberately neglecting his health as a form of punishment, further fueling their anger and resentment. The detentions and the alleged mistreatment of Khan and his family members drew international condemnation. Human rights organizations criticized the government for its crackdown on dissent and its disregard for due process. The situation painted a grim picture of Pakistan's political climate, where dissent was being stifled and basic rights were under threat.